Hello, hello, hello. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties, I guess, with the internet, and I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to know that I am alive. And meanwhile, let me see if the sound is okay. And you guys let me know. The team, I wanted to speak a little bit about peace in the way that I think, in the way that I have experienced that peace before. And if you have any questions from you guys, that is going to be the free service that I would like to do, and a little bit of healing. If you need anything, if you have an intention, these candles are going to be here to transmute anything that may arise between us and the world and the collective. And I wanted to share an experience that I had. Meanwhile, you guys know that I'm alive, and type your questions, how you are doing, and what you would like to know. I don't know if you guys know, but I am half from Venezuela and half from Mexico. I live in Mexico right now, in the north, very close to Arizona, to Sedona, just like few hours, but in the Mexico side. When I went to Venezuela, it was in 1999, and I have shared that previously, so I'm not going to give that detail. In that time, the President Chavez was just being the presidency, and I didn't care about politics. I didn't know. I think I was 19 back then in 1999, and a lot of things started happening. Injustice. I learned that news were actually not that accurate with what was happening, because things that happened in the reality, in the protest against the government that we had, actually it was a very fun time. I enjoyed that time because I was free, reckless. I didn't care about consequences, and I thought my voice needed to be heard. I was obviously upset and disappointed about the things that were happening between the ones that were in favor of the President Chavez 1999 and the ones that were against him. I was against him. But what happened there, it was we started fighting between each other like Democrats and Republicans in US maybe, or spiritual people and unspiritual people, or let's say different teams from the same sport. That could happen, and this has to do with righteousness. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this word correctly. This is what war is. I think war is when I think I'm righter than you, so therefore because I'm right and I hold the truth, you are wrong. So the one that feels that is the wrong thinks it's righter than me, and between both of us, we cannot make peace. And that can happen with your family, with your work, with your country, with your collective, with spirit, with the entity, with your demons. It doesn't matter with whom we have that fight. It is because stubbornly we felt righter than the other side. And this is why we have had wars over and over and over. Thank you so much, Berta. I appreciate it from my heart. And I learned that because I had that war-alike situation. Maybe it wasn't Afghanistan, maybe it wasn't Russia and Ukraine, but we had bombs, we had shootings, we had killings, we had no food, no service, no gasoline, we couldn't work for a while, until I learned, just like to simplify the story, for me at some point I thought that if I die in those protests, it didn't matter because I was going to make the change. I really thought that on my 20th. And it was a lot of adrenaline, a lot of rush, because we knew what we were doing was against the government and that it could be consequences, but we were young. In that time, instead of going to bars or things like that, we were organizing ourselves to protect against the government. And that rush of adrenaline, I like it, honestly. I like it. It was good. It felt good because it was like doing something dangerous, and then at the same time thinking that that was a solution for the problem that was there. That in that time, my perception thought that we wanted to go free. We wanted to go free and not being told by the government what to do. And we thought the solution, it was to speak our voice in all ways possible. We were listening to the news 24/7. We're going to barbecues and bars and stuff like that and keep talking about the news and what was happening in the political arena, and also in CNN and Fox News and all around the world, and all the possibilities to be more fucked up than what we were. And it was that whole thing, and it was draining. And that happened to me for almost 4 years, until April 11, I don't remember if it was 2013, that we were in a march, and then we marched like 9 kilometers. That is a little bit less than miles. And we marched like all day, like from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then when we get there in front of Miraflores, that it is the palace, like the White House of Venezuela, the militaries were shooting up on us, like dressed like gangs people or something. We had kids with us, we were families marching, we were all in groups, our whole community, and we were a lot of people, a lot, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. When that happened, we started running all the way, we went into a house, and then we started seeing like war, the military tanks like all over, and shootings, and then the television was gone. We didn't know what's happening. We just heard that we heard that we heard that we heard. We just had cell phones, but it was just like in the early 20s, like the old Nokia thing. It was not like a smartphone, and not everyone had Wi-Fi in their home like we all have right now. And it's a third world country like Venezuela, right? Not a lot of technology. So I remember that my boyfriend and I, that we were living together, we went home like in the middle of a war zone, like actually going to, like, I guess if how Russia and Ukraine it will be right now, like lots have been happening. And then we had no electricity like for 2 days, like no water, no food, no gasoline. It was actually like living in a very primitive survival mood, because you could kill someone, your neighbor, if you hated, and then because we had no law at that time, no president, no nothing, what consequence will be, right? So it was all reckless thing, and then it was scary because the information that we got, you didn't know if it was actually true or not. And then sometimes we were able to watch what was happening in CNN or Fox News, things like that, and then we said, it isn't true, I was there, right? Things like that happened, and then it was just like disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. I lived that, guys. And then you grow very resilient, because I remember that, because we had no food, stores. What happened in that time is, because everyone was complaining about President Chavez, because all of things he was doing that were stupid in my opinion, the military people put him in jail after the killing that they did that April 11, I think 2003. I don't remember exactly. I erased all of those memories because they were not that pleasant either. I'm going to go with that with your questions, guys. Let me just finish this with this story, because I have been seeing a lot of people depression, frustrated, upset, worried the world is gonna end. I don't know what this is happening. It's an injustice, and I felt that. I felt that because I was in a war zone like that. I remember when I was in Venezuela, we had 70 people killed, violent kill every week, and it was a huge number. It wasn't a safe place at all, and I'm sure now it isn't. But you learn to grow like that. You learn to grow, you learn what you can do, what can you don't do to be safe all the time, because safe comes from me, from feeling safe. It's not about what the others do. This is something that I have learned. Well, not to do that story long, because you guys will get bored. What happened when the President Chavez was put in jail because the petroleum company that it's called PDVSA in Venezuela, they stopped their work trying to support the ones that were against the government, the capitalism. Because in that case, it was a very racist thing. I remember that it was about between the poor ones and the rich ones, right? And then in the middle, the poor ones, it was kind of like, because you were born with it, so I want to take it because I don't have it. So it was like a lot of victimism. And I remember that, for example, I had friends, they were like engineers, they had like a big construction machines. And one time people throw eggs because they had like a brand new car. And then when my boss came to the office, he said, I'm not rich because I was born with money. I had scholarships because they ran from Italy at some point, somewhere they had, and then they migrated to Venezuela. I hope that is corrected. So he bashed his ass at a school to have what he had. So some people have things because they earn it. Maybe other people have them because they heritage. It doesn't matter. But we were very divided for many things. I remember that sometimes you stop talking with people because they were against or in favor of the President Chavez. Like maybe you will bully someone because it is not vaccinated and it's not safe, or because you vaccinated and I don't like that toxicity in me, or whatever is in the other side of my righteousness. It doesn't matter. What matters it is that it cannot be peace if we don't see that we are all one. All of you and me, we're all one. And maybe what I can do is be kind to you, is to give a free service day, or keep doing the meditation or something, so I made this reality better. Maybe I don't have the power to change what may happen at the political arena, but it must be something that I can do. It must be something. And this is what I would like to share today. If you would like to see peace in the world, ask yourself, okay, what I can do today to be at peace where I am, where I live, in my neighborhood. Maybe if I don't talk to my family because they understand my spirituality, maybe I can say, you know what, for today, we're gonna make peace. We're gonna respect each other's differences and meet whenever we can flow together. Yes, Julie, pray for peace, but not from the sense that it's wrong. Because in the divine order, it isn't wrong. It's teaching us a lot. That's why God allowed it to happen. It's not a punishment or anything. It isn't because we need to be fixed, it's wrong, they're bad guys. It's because it's something that at the collective level, we all manifested for a reason. Maybe we don't know what the reason it is because we're humans and that is upon God. But claiming the power that peace begins with me. I hope that makes sense. This is how I believe. Yes, do meditations and pray, but not pray like God protect us. No, God doesn't need to protect us because we are all God. If I'm God, I am the one who I'm going to be giving my protection. That makes sense? What I learned from the war scenario after being in Venezuela for a month and a half after the military took President Chavez and then put them again, I learned that all sides were infected and right at the same time. And I remember that I talked to my boyfriend at the time and I said, look, I don't think it's worth it. I feel very disappointed for all sides because all sides were not pure 100%. And all sides also were not actually dark 100% because they were all in the victimhood that you did to me and it's not right, so I'm gonna fight for it because this is what I think it should happen, not thinking what the other feel. or expect from me. Does that make sense? So I remember that I told my boyfriend, you know, I don't think it's worth it to die for an agenda from someone else's when I'm not even in control. And I remember that we leave Venezuela. We said, you know what, that's it. I wrapped the contract. I said, that's it. I'm not going to be Venezuelan anymore. And then after that, I never, I promised to myself, never engage the political arena anymore. No politics, no news. I don't care. No, it's not that I don't care, because of course it affects me, affects my world, my reality. But I'm gonna do whatever I can from what I can do, what I can change, what I can taste to make the world better, doing my enough. And my enough, maybe it's be in silence for the morning, maybe not turning the TV on for a while, maybe being kind, maybe helping whatever I can, maybe making a donation. Maybe I don't have money to donate, but maybe I can listen to someone who's in need of some comfort, if that makes sense. There are many things we could do. So it's okay to feel worried, desperate, upset, or anything you feel, but be action inspired. Because if we're not action inspired, we are in the poor me. The government is doing all of that to me and I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna pray. No, we have to help themselves too. Yes, pray. So you reset the whole thing and channel God. But then be not only the dreamer, but also the doer. But the doer that it is in balance, in ease. That says, you know what? Maybe I don't know what's going to happen between Russia and Ukraine and the whole thing. And maybe it's not going to be easy. And for sure, I don't like it. But one thing I'm sure, that there is a divine order, and that one way or another, we're in the process of a better future. It may not be tomorrow. It may be in 5 years, in a year, in 15 years. But for sure, that is a fact that we're going to ascend one way or another. So there is always hope. There is always faith. We can always hold the knowledge that there is a greater power that supports us, protects us, even though I maybe don't know what to do. Maybe I don't know how to have an inspired action or a solution. Maybe I don't have work. Maybe I'm homeless. But maybe I can just hold the space so we all heal together. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes the more that we demonize each other, that person is toxic. That person has demons. Look at their aura. Doesn't believe what I do. Doesn't understand my way, my right way. The more we create war, those little wars get manifested and country wars. I hope that makes sense, because everything is a reflection from a reflection from a reflection from a reflection. One book that I read like 6 months ago, that it was a beautiful, very uplifting, and it gave me a sense of the capacity to let go, to forgive, and a lot of things. It was a book from Pema Chodron that is called Practicing Peace in Times of War. I purchased it for $15 in an audio online, whatever. It's not expensive. Read. There is a lot of things online on YouTube free for you guys to listen to. Whatever you guys think that will feed your soul, your mind from peacefulness. I hope that makes sense. Another book that I would like to, it is, I don't have it. I don't have it in my notes. Okay, let's forget about it. From Pema Chodron, she has in YouTube free talks and also in Sounds of Truth. It's free, some of her workshops. She has like an hour or something workshops that you guys can Google it and just listen to it. You don't have to purchase. And they teaches the practice of bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is the capacity for us to hold love against any condition. I hope that makes sense. And in that case, we will pray for peace. bringing peace to myself and then for all others. I hope that makes sense. That is a simple way to heal the world, but it begins with me. Maybe I'm not able to, let's say that I don't speak to my mom. That is not true, but at some point in my life, we speak, but we were very disconnected. Maybe I'm not there yet to heal that person and make peace with it because it triggers me, it challenges me, maybe it still pains me. But maybe I can pray for all the moms and daughters in the world so they can have a good relationship. Does that make sense? Sometimes we generalize it into random people that we don't know, and sometimes in that way it's easy for us to heal. Maybe sending prayers to Russia and Ukraine right now will trigger something on me. So maybe I can pray for all the wars that has been in this reality. The ones that have been before, and hopefully it won't be anyone in the future. But remember, everything is in 1 second. It's not past or future, it's all right now. And from right now, from holding the space in balance, in nourishment, no one is right or wrong. Things just have divine order. And this is how I think we heal our own wars and how we can help the world. It's not because maybe I will do a global meditation. Maybe I help the most making peace with the aspects of my life that really challenge me. And at the same time, not being afraid to hold hope. Having the capacity to have this aspiration, but have faith. I don't know how it will be fixed, but it will be fixed one day or another. And that is a fact, because energy from the source is designed to find harmony, always, no matter what. It could be distorted, it could come from reptilians, dragons, anything you guys are afraid of. But one way or another, it will end being going back to the source. Yes? I hope that helps. I hope you guys feel that anything that I said helped you about my story. And let me see if I can read let me see if I can read your questions. Would you guys like me to do like a light language for peace or anything, or do you guys want me to go and get your questions first? What would you like to do first? Let me see. Thank you so much, Berta. I think I would like to do like 5 minutes of light language to clear the space. Meanwhile, if you need to receive healing, you can request it. If you have any questions from you guys from this point and the rest, inner peace, sounds great. After the 5 minutes, I will go until all the questions arise, and then we're going to go with the flow, okay? So we're going to practice this bodhicitta. We're going to request healing for ourselves, peace, and then all others. Does that make sense? And I have these candles here that are going to represent the light. Let's begin. I'd like to ask each of your higher self to become one, to speak through me, and my higher self to take rattle aside so I can be a clear channel for unconditional love and pure source consciousness. We are the Sisterhood of the Rose, and we are high priestesses for many timelines, ascended masters, in a very ancient collective that it is only divine feminine. We represent the divine feminine of God, the one who heals, the one who forgives, the one who nurtures, and the ones who knows with ease and grace to hold the space for healing to be done. We're going to speak on one voice, but we are Mother Mary, the angel of fate, the angel of peace, the angel Alioya, that it is the angel of tranquility. We also have Kuan Yin, Lady Venus, Lady Portia, Sophia, and we do have Isis, Ishkiti Asa Kori Ishna Ti Ishka. Even though we are many, we're going to speak into one voice. This transmission is going to be Pink Rose. And to begin, we ask you to open the space in your heart for light to come. And from your own heart, you will connect with the higher heart, the heart of God. And from there, all hearts in your reality will receive healing. The ones that are ready to receive, the ones that their higher self give consent, the ones that are in alignment. Ishkiti esakori ishna. And for each of you, a rose is going to be placed in your heart. This rose can be placed for 24 hours, 70 hours, or 44 days. This rose, for the ones that give consent and that set your own intention, is going to be automatically filtering the energy and streaming unconditional love. That rose will be activated in times of need if you bring the scent and the aroma of roses throughout your memory. Ishkiti esakode ishka. And if you may say, but I don't like roses, you can smell cinnamon, franchise, jasmine, or any scent that represents the aroma of love. Ki eshkate esakode ishta ti ishka. Your rose is going to be a candle rose. And it's going to have a light. And the light has a scent. Could you imagine that you can perceive that aroma? How love would smell like? Ishkate esako ni ishna te ekira akara usoro ushka. As you breathe, that scent that you have chosen today, bring peace in and out, in and out, in your own rhythm. And allow every sound, every idea, every feeling take you deeper and deeper and deeper. Ish ti esako nineade rashara soro mari ishkati iki ishka. I'm Sophia, and I would like to speak to each of you now. Dear shines of the stars, will you allow me to hold your hands and to whisper into your eyes the wisdom of love? If you agree, listen. Ishna ki ikira koro ma iki ishka. Bring peace in and out, in and out, for you and all others. Ishka te isa ishka. Listen. Ni ishka te era zara ishka ko iki ishka. Let all those sorrows fade away. The feelings of insecurity, the complications. Ishka te ekira koro ma'ashka. Hear the voice of love and the language of light with your soul, your heart, knowing that all is possible and the world is in your hands. Every time you tune into peace, but in this case is equal to love, and love equal to peace, you vibrate in a higher frequency, the frequency of the sentient earth, the one from your earth. So breathe the peace and the love in and out, in and out, for you and all others. Ishketi eka kore ishkati ishkako ma eki ena. In and out, in and out. And if your mind wanders, let your mind wander. Then go back to your heart to breathe peace in and out, in and out for you. And then send to all others. Throughout your connection with the heart of God. Ishkate esakori ishkati esako isha. We tune into that flow of peace and love in your own heart. Notice as you breathe in and out, that feels safe. How safe it feels to tune into the love of God. Ishkete sako ishkade seri ishka, and bring the smell of love. And let it be a healing practice. Ishka te esakori ishka. And make the flame that you rose in your heart to grow thicker and bigger. Ishka te seri de ashka to koromari ishka. Knowing that what feels good is always the path closest to God. Isha ti ishka ta asakori ishka. The peace can be as simple as bringing light in and out. That I can be peace when I am in my heart. Because my address, where I live, is where my heart is, because it connects me with my soul. Ishnati esakori ishkate esaka. In that perspective, we are all others, we are all one, we are all connected. Ishna se kiara ashka. And if we are all connected, and we are all the childs of God, how can judge of all others? How can be better than them? Are we all equal then? Then all I do for myself, I do it also for all others. The better I feel, the better that all others will be. Because we cannot choose for all others, because in this reality we have free will, but I can choose for myself. The greatest help I can give to my brothers and sisters is be the best version for myself that I can be. The one that is aligned with peace and love. And now breathe and expand your flame that is all over your space. Ishkati esaro hirashkato osaki ishka. And then make it bigger to the size of your city. Ishna seri ishka. Niniane ishkata soro ishkiata ishka. And then the size of your country. Ishna saroko ishka. Now your continent. Ikiara kasoro ushka. And now your planet. Ishna seriaka ashka. And now all timelines of Earth. The past, the future, and the one you are now. Bringing peace. And now make it bigger. The world of the worlds, wars between the universe, in the multi-universe, and then reach out the size of source. Now receives the source within. And with that, I believe this transformation is complete. We appreciated your patience and willingness to connect with us. We send love, light, and blessings. Thank you. I feel high. That was good. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. Let me see. I'm gonna ask you guys to ground both of us with ease and grace. This is so good. Let me see if I have questions for you guys. And I think we have like maybe 30 minutes for questions. Thank you so much for being here. Joe, I appreciate. Berta, many blessings. Natalie, thank you so much for being here. If you guys have any questions, anything that you would like to talk about, we still have like maybe 20-30 minutes for your questions. Appreciate your stars, Berta. You are an angel. Thank you so much. Let me see. Mike, appreciate that support. Julie, you guys are always here. Thank you, I'm very grateful. Lori, Angel, thank you so much. Sheila, let me see. Lori says, I think we need to want peace for all, unity, thinking on these. She's working on being peaceful inside of me. Yes, I agree with you. If I would be politician or military or anything, maybe I could do something else more. But from where I am, I think the best thing that I can do is hold hope and faith and knowing that all is good one way or another, and then at the same time start practicing peace. Yesterday when I was reading again the book of Female Children about practicing peace in times of war, and then I said, but I'm going to talk about peace tomorrow, and I have this person that triggers me so much that stubbornly I don't want to let go. Then I said, and then it was when I realized it wouldn't be accurate to be talking about peace before making peace with that aspect of me that I feel triggered by. And then I said, and then I asked for forgiveness, not wanted to forgive, and then I sent a prayer for both of us, and then it was the war that I identified within myself that I had active, and then in the morning it felt like it was like the right thing to do. I hope that makes sense. Natalie, any message from my guides regarding my health and job, please? Let me drink a little bit of water so I go into that. Then Hazel, can I have a message from my guides? Yes. Hazel, you're going to go second. Okay, Natalie. The first word that says fate. So we're trusting the unknown. We're trusting that everything is part of the journey and the process, helping you to expand. And then work by holding love more elongated. I don't know if that's a correct word in English, but like when you tune into love, make it last more and more and more. Self-love is going to help you to align in the best frequency you can have for both, for health and job. And the third thing, it's like rest, relaxation, sleep, calm. Like if you don't know what to do, don't do anything. Just say, okay, God, take care of it. I'm just going to go and relax. I don't know if you're sleeping well or not, because I said relaxation, trying to fix it, but I saw sleep, like sleep. Sometimes when we sleep, we allow our energy to reset and start new, and then start a new day with more right side of life, hopefully. Let me know if that resonates with you. I hope it does. Hazel, can I have a message from my guides? Yes. Let me see, Hazel, what comes through. Okay. I get two things right now. First of all, I get that this is a great time for you to practice being in solitude with yourself. I'm going to go with you next, Berta. Solitude and like contemplation, like communing with yourself and your own spirituality and what you feel, and at the same time having the capacity to listen to yourself, where you are, where you have been, and where you would like to go. I hope that makes sense. So take your time to maybe slow down or space, or if you're already slowing down, it's because they're giving you space to catch up with yourself and the God within. And then your guides are like guides. They say like, love you, love you, love you. They were like sending hearts. I saw like 5 guides for you. So connect more with that aspect of you and then strengthen. I hope that makes sense. Julie, my gift since diminished lately. Yes. Okay, I'm getting a few things, Julie, and then I'm going to go with Berta. First of all, it's not that they're being diminished, because when you have them, you cannot go back. It's like I have 42 years old right now. I cannot go back to have 35. It's not possible in this reality. I sleep a lot and I always bet do my pains. Well, then go for it. Sleep is what's helping you to heal yourself. Okay, Julie, it feels like your gifts change. I don't know if that makes sense for you. So you have to tune into the new way you are streaming yourself. For example, I remember the first time I had Netflix, that it was, I think, 2008, because before that we used to go to Blockbuster and rent movies. It was completely different than the Netflix we have now. So they have changed. It's not that Netflix is not streaming. It has been streaming for all this time. That every time they upgrade, and then they change. So your gifts are there. Even the ones that are not awakened, we'll have them. But we have to exercise them, practice, tune into, be patient, be attentive to how it is that I see, how it is that I listen to spirit, how it is. So be more in the present. I hope that helps. Berta, and then I'm going to go with Georgina. Berta, you have right now, your aura looks like blue, and then you look like green, and then you look like orange, and then in the center you look like red. So this is, what are you working right now? I think you are healing your root and your sacral chakra, and the heart and the throat are helping you in and out to align. Yes? So, I don't know if that makes sense, but in order for all of your chakras to be like unified, because chakras, they are not separated. I have never have seen an aura and the chakras are like that. Never. They are all over us. Like when you took those pictures of your aura that look like that, like all over. And normally I see them more like in wheels, like that. Like expanded, like circles that go around. I think we put them in these places because it's like the functions that they have. Like for example, in astrology, Aquarius, we think that the element, it will be water, but it's earth, it's air, because they function as an air sign, even though their name, it's related to water. So it's kind of how chakras it is. So you are working with those 4, but throat and heart are supporting sacral and root to be strong, so the whole wheels you have are more unified. I hope that makes sense. So keep speaking your truth, being more creative, love, give, receive, and have that unification between the love that you have, the love that you give, and at the same time expressing that love. I hope that makes sense. And now I'm going to go with Georgina and then Nicole. Okay, Georgina. Okay, if I tune in the other side, you have like only blue and purple, and the purple is beautiful, 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 beautiful. So what am I, you guys want to say? Hold on, let me stop for a second. Okay, it is because I think what I'm getting it is that all the healing that you have been doing for yourself and also for your ancestors and other timelines and all that, it's all make it possible because of the knowledge that you are being downloaded from your own library from your soul. So right now your superpower is that knowledge, and in this case represents the blue because it's the wisdom, and that knowledge is the catalyst to do that healing and healing and healing, because I think it is that you are remembering what to do and learning what to do. I hope that makes sense. And then the one that I said next that I don't remember the name, let me see if I can read it here. Okay, Jesus says that it's that true that I have slowed down, sleeping more. Yes. I think they kind of force you to slow down, Hazel, because you needed to catch up with where you are and all the things that you are learning. I hope that makes sense. Let me see if I can, when I watch the answers here, sometimes they don't appear, I mean, not all appear. My makeup, sorry. I'm trying to remember. I'm not good with makeup, but I'm trying to remember the makeup that I used to apply to myself when I was in Egypt, because it was part of the connection that you had to the source. So I'm trying to do the eyeliner, but as you see, one is larger than the other. Oh my God, that's a matter, right? Let me see if you guys have any more questions. I think I can do 2 more questions. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, Sheila. Any message regarding my job status? Okay, the first thing that I'm seeing, Sheila, it is silver. So you can Google what is the qualities of the silver, or what does that mean in spirituality, and work with those things, like a message like you gonna cover for yourself. But at the same time, in your status, there is like 2 different roads that are available for you the most, because you have like many options, and I don't think it has been decided yet. I think it is the contract, it's been upgraded. If you can Google a meditation to upgrade contracts, I have one, but for whoever you trust, you can do a meditation for that, and that is going to help you to settle an agreement between you and the other party about your job. I hope that makes sense. And if you know Reiki or any type of healing, if you don't, send love anyway every day until you have a result. That helps a lot. Let me see if I have any other message. Okay, Nicole, I think I can end with you. Guides, do they have a message for me? Okay, let me see. Okay, you're orange yellow right now. So I think you're working with your solar plexus, but at the same time, I think you're going to be drawn to do shadow work. I don't know if it's something that you have done before, but shadow, it is the aspect of us that we are not that comfortable with, that we don't like to see or something, and it's just like to empty the pocket so you can bring more light, preferably and before the equinox, so you can take the advantage of the extra light that is going. The equinox of March is going to be this 20th or 21, I'm not sure, and before that, I think it is, I don't remember if it's the 2 of March or the 1 of March, we do have new moon, and I don't remember where I put my notes because I was channeling and I don't forget. That moon is going to be all about taking inventory about what I have and what I have from the past, and declutter what is not working for me, that I'm still dragging. I don't know if you have had that, but things that we don't want to heal or we just bypass them, it's just like having rocks, and then another, and then another, and then another rock, and then whenever we realize for something very light or not big deal, it's like a huge thing. But it is just like the drop of water that put all over the water in the glass, because I keep pouring and pouring water without empty the glass first. This is what shadow work is going to assist you. So maybe you can do a cutting course meditations, or a deep cleansing guided meditation, or forgiving, letting go. I'm sure you know what it is, the aspect that you feel you get restrained more, and you can choose a meditation, and that is going to help you a lot for receiving the equinox, and at the same time to align into whatever is the highest good. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm going to go for now. Next Saturday, I think I'm going to do the energy work for the month. I was going to do it today, but I thought it was good to talk about peace. Get whatever from I said, whatever resonates with you, and disregard the rest. Is, I think, for my own experience, it's very important for us to discern our own choices, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, from all the agendas that I'm being streamed around, from whatever the astrologer says, my guru says, whatever I can read or watch on YouTube or Facebook or anything, and then just take whatever resonates with you and discard the rest, because we're all on different journeys, we'll have different purposes, goals, and maybe what applies for me may not apply for you. And if you don't feel like being at peace because there are things going on in your life, it's okay, it's part of your journey. It's part of being honest with myself and what I feel. I can allow myself being upset, frustrated, sorrow, hopeless. It's part of what is giving me the lessons, so I can transform that, so I can ascend. So honor with grace whatever is happening to you. That is the best way to heal. Not avoiding that pain, but bringing light into it. And I think that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Remember, you guys, we have meditation in the free service, 5:55, and this the Facebook page. I am at PM Mountain Time, and then whenever we change for the summer time, we're going to be in Pacific. And then Friday, 5:55 p.m., I'm trying to do live chore meditation, 10 or 15 minutes to be with you guys. And the Saturdays, we do have the service day, so you guys have questions for spirit, you think that I can bring something that can assist you with healing or a reading or guides, log in whatever you can, shoot your question, and then we can go with the flow. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.